I had to handle the controls myself today. Ooh, I did it. I did it. Welcome, everybody. Whoa, do I have a special show for you today? Happy Monday, by the way. It is what? We only have, what's today? The 27th. We have 3 days left of June, and then we are on to July. It is summer. Where did January through June go? I have no idea. Anyway, welcome, guys. I have some special guests waiting. We're going to call it the green room because I can do that. I can call it a green room. They're laughing right now because I can see them, but you can't. I'm going to bring them on momentarily. I just wanted to say these are people that have been in the eBay community for a long time and have a lot of knowledge, and they're also really great people and great friends. And we're going to talk about some pretty exciting stuff today. So I am just going to go ahead and bring them on. Now, see if I've got the right button push this time. First, we'll bring on Katy and Vikki. Let's see.
Hello.
I have the right button pushed. Okay, because you're like, look, your wall matches my shirt.
It does. There you go. It does.
We're coordinated.
Hello, everybody. Hello. We see some familiar faces in the chat, or familiar names anyway.
Absolutely. Sure. And so if you would just take a moment, for those who may not know who you are, tell them who you are.
Well, I'm Katy. This is Vikki. We do have a YouTube channel called Katy and Vikki, surprisingly. And we're both resellers. We are a couple in the same household, but we each have our own separate businesses. And would you like to add something?
I've been selling on eBay since 1998. Yep. I specialize in vintage women's clothing and household goods specifically. But I do know a little bit about a lot of things. I've just been doing it a long time. That's just kind of where my focus has been the last several years.
Your niche.
That's my niche.
And I've been selling since 2015 full time. And my niche is men's vintage streetwear. So mostly t-shirts and sweatshirts. And I've been pretty much exclusively doing that for the last, I don't know how many, what's the math on that? 7 years?
Something like that. And Katy and I both host the local Las Vegas meetup group, which Katy is a member, but yes, so is Danny. Danny is a member and comes to almost every meetup. And we do all things community, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to bring on someone else that my community may not know well, but also a fount of eBay knowledge is Theresa Cox. Welcome, Theresa.
Hey, everyone.
So let everybody know who you are and how long you've been doing this.
I am Theresa. I am the eBay girl. And I've been selling on eBay for over 25 years. And
before it was even eBay, or?
No, because it was like, it was auction something. Yeah. I started a job in December of 94 and I needed to get rid of a bunch of stuff and I started selling on eBay. But yeah, I do the same thing. Katy, Vikki, and I run the Boss Facebook group. I do a Boss virtual meetup. I have a local meetup here in Phoenix. I'm based out of Phoenix. And I do lots of stuff with eBay. I do lots of stuff in the community, you know, the same like the rest of you.
Yeah. And I think the thing that we all have in common is we want to see people succeed in this business. So we are all out there giving you guys free info. You just got to run with it. You just got to take
pretty
it.
much.
You know, I see you, Theresa, like on a daily basis, you are answering questions and helping people. And you just have amazing knowledge about eBay. I was just adding up between us, I think we're like over 80 years of experience on eBay.
That's too much.
Right? That makes us sound way too old.
Too much.
And listen,
Say
we
we were
all
80.
do sell on eBay, and we all kind of started on eBay, I'm assuming. But I will say that we all sell on multiple platforms now. I'm on like, I don't even know, 5 or 6. You're on 5 or 6. Teresa's on
10
not
or
sure how
something.
many.
I don't know.
So eBay's probably like, our kind of primary, but as
Call
most
it my
of you,
native.
if
eBay's
you're a
my
seller
native
out there,
platform.
you have to supplement it now with multiple platforms. It doesn't really work doing just one anymore.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's a good segue to talk about kind of the evolution of an eBay seller or an e-commerce seller. And because I know some people are struggling with this is, gosh, my eBay sales suck, or I'm just not doing so good. Get out there. Maybe your customer's not on eBay anymore. Maybe your customer's on Poshmark or Etsy, or I mean, and there's some very specialized sites too. Like you're on Grailed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Katy sells on Grailed.
Whatnot.
And now Whatnot. Yeah.
And I sell on Thrilling, and Katy sells on Thrilling as well.
Yeah.
That's a very specialized site.
My Thrilling and my Etsy stores both outsold eBay this weekend, which is kind of sad, but it happens.
Aren't you glad that you have those other 2 platforms?
Yeah. I sure am.
Poshmark and Etsy outsold eBay for me this weekend. So yeah.
Wow. Teresa, where are you multi-channeled on other sites?
I am. I've always been not always been, but I have been an Amazon seller probably for the last 8 or 9 years. And then became multi-channel when List Perfectly became into existence.
Yes.
Fun fact, I am List Perfectly's first user.
I remember that. Yes.
So yeah, I was lucky enough that they came to one of my meetups. They're local here in Phoenix. And so, yeah, I started cross-posting using that and never looked back.
I believe you're the person I heard about List Perfectly from.
Probably, yep.
So, yeah.
She's like the what is it called? Like the first person in an infection.
I mean, that's a way of putting it.
She's patient 0 for List Perfectly.
And a few other things too, come to think of it.
I do think it goes to show you were talking about seeing other people succeed. And I think Theresa is a prime example of, she will be your biggest cheerleader, and she loves to help new companies that are just starting out, and she will put everything behind them. And List Perfectly is definitely one of those. Wholesaler is another company that she's helping right now. And they're also going to be at our event that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what we all have in common is that we're all we're leaders in the community, so to speak, in various levels. But what we all choose to do is take that leadership role and help teach other people. And I think that, we believe in community and not competition. And I think that goes for all of us. And, and I think that's an important message. There's certainly a lot of competition out there. We know that. Everybody in the chat is our competition, if you want to look at it that way. But, we are a much greater community together and helping other sellers be better sellers than trying to be like, oh, I'm better than that one. I sold more than that one this week.
We're coworkers.
Yeah.
I always say all the time, there's enough e-commerce pie to go around.
Yeah.
Oh, there absolutely is. There's
my analogy
enough stuff for all of us to find.
My analogy I like to tell is, if you're going out and you want to go check out some breweries, do you want to drive 15 miles and go to one really nice brewery, or do you want to drive 15 miles and go to a row of breweries that are all amazing, try out all the awesome beers? Like, that sounds like a lot more fun. So I'd rather go to a site where there are many, many amazing sellers with all kinds of great products, and not just a bunch of crap. And then maybe you got one seller that's got some good stuff. So I think it's better if we're all successful.
Absolutely. And I was going to say something, and now it's like, don't you hate when that happens? My brain, I spent the entire morning helping to sort Christmas stuff over at the Dog Junkie thrift store. It's like, so I rushed home and I'm like, okay, let's get into eBay mode now. So because you like helping people, and because you love the whole community thing, you guys came up with something pretty darn special. that I definitely want to talk about like early on in this, because I can tell you, I have been going to conferences for the last decade. I never went to like an eBay, but what was the first ones? eBay Live? No.
Yeah, eBay Live.
eBay Live and eBay on Location. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I never went to an eBay Live, but then I went when they started the eBay on Locations, and then eBay Open, and those are good. Those are good events, but there's still a piece of that where there's a disconnect there because there's so many people. You got like people that kind of in passing, but you never get a chance to connect. So you guys come along and create the Boss Reseller Remix. And I got to tell you, like, I don't even have words. That's the thing is like, it was the best event I've ever been to. And I've thrown my own events. So I don't say that lightly. You guys put together community and teaching that was interesting and entertaining, and there was absolutely none of, to anybody who's gone to conferences, you know what I'm talking about, where the conference is filled with a speaker with a PowerPoint, and like the whole thing is like, you're like, okay, there was none of that at your conference. It was all really, really interesting, on topic, easy to follow and get involved with. And I think I speak for everybody who was there. We were all sad when it was over because it was just, wow.
We were sad and exhausted. So
we were sad and tired.
Yes, running it. But as an attendee, I didn't hear one person that was ready for it to be over. And that's like,
we really do appreciate that. And the reality is, like, all of us here on the screen, we've all been to eBay Open. I've been 3 times. Vicky's been like, I think 4 times.
The 4 times they had it.
Yeah. And what we always loved about eBay Open was getting to see the other sellers, getting to have that sense of community, getting to network. It was just so much fun, and you get so energized. And I've been to many conferences before too, in other careers in industries. And I always had that feeling like they expected you to get really pumped up. They'd have like a keynote speaker, and you were all supposed to be like, yeah, what I'm doing is amazing.
And you get jazzed.
And I worked in the nonprofit field, so it was stuff you could get behind, but it just you never really quite got there. And there's something about seller events, and then maybe it's because we all own our own businesses, and so it's really easy to get super excited about what you're doing with your own life. But it's just this amazing feeling that you get out of it. And so in 2019, when eBay announced that they were not going to do a 2020 eBay Open, we were super sad about it. And we were like, okay, well, why don't we just make our own event?
And this is pre-COVID, by the way.
Well,
so they had decided before COVID was a thing that they were not having a live.
They were going to do some localized events, eBay upfronts, and they started to do those early 2020. But we were just like, why don't we take everything that we love about eBay Open, but then do all the stuff that we've always thought they should be doing, have it be more seller related, seller run. And
we basically stole all the really good parts and then put our own twist on the other parts.
And also expand it out. So it's, while there's a lot of eBay centric stuff, just because a lot of the sellers are more eBay sellers, we expanded it to include other platforms as well. So it doesn't matter what platform you sell on, as long as you're a reseller, you're going to get something out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I sat there and was just entranced in learning new things like t-shirt. I like the t-shirt world. Katy, you guys are crazy. Like, who knew t-shirts could sell for thousands of dollars?
Not me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What?
Everybody but you. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not something I want to sell, but it was information that I was thrilled to learn about.
That's like your stuff. You are so specialized in your niche or your niche, and you're so very good at your knowledge of things that you sell. And we've had this conversation before. I could not care less about glassware and things like that for me, I'm like, it's a nightmare waiting to happen. I might as well just go smash it in the driveway. It's just forget it. But you are so good at it and you know so much about it that you are able to impart that knowledge on other people. And I still find it interesting. I find your shop with me videos interesting. I find that kind of, I can still watch vicarious and go, oh, that's pretty. Oh, I get that. Wow, it sells for that much. Like, I still find that interesting, even though it's not something I'm going to look for and pick up. I think that's what's so cool about the remix is that we have people that are specialized in so many different topics come and share that wisdom and that knowledge that even if you get a little nugget from each person, you're walking away with much more information for your business than you had when you walked in. Yeah. And I feel the same way. I've been doing this 20 something years. I know Theresa feels the same way. Like, we all learn so much from other people.
Yep. Yeah. And from other sellers, you know, that's the other thing about like eBay Open. It's great, but a lot of the sessions and stuff is run by eBay and they're wanting to tell you about different features. And it's like, no, I want to hear more from sellers and what's working for them.
Yeah, because we're all in this and we go through the struggles and we go through like the day to day, the grind. Like, there is fun parts of this business and then there is parts that are discouraging and frustrating. And it so helps to get into a room full of people who sometimes have figured out how to get over those hurdles, have learned how to get past the frustrations, and just, you come away with one thing that makes your business better for the rest of the year. It was worth it because this is what I harp on everybody. Time is money. One time saving tip, one thing that changes the flow of your business, it can pay for whatever the cost of travel is to go to an event. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I am super lucky that it's here in Las Vegas.
But let's just face it. Who doesn't want to go to Vegas? Have a business excuse to go to Vegas.
And this is going to be a lot better than last year was, as far as the tourist part of it. And Vegas has pretty much gotten back to normal.
Vegas is back to Vegas.
Yeah. Mikey Bags of Money's over in the chat, and he will tell you, because he goes somewhere live every Friday night from walking down the strip and going in the casinos to, Fremont Street. He can tell you it's pretty much back to normal.
All right, Theresa, you're not a gambler. What do you do in Vegas?
Well, I mean, there's just a ton of stuff. I'm not a gambler because I don't like to lose my money, but I will stand there and watch somebody else win, Vicky, thousands of dollars over and over again using your money. But we have stuff. We did the thing on Fremont Street. There's the zip line. I mean, I don't even know all the stuff.
I want to see you do the zip line this year, Theresa.
Well,
Come on
you like to go in the pool.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
And you like to hit all the bazillion Rosses for retail arbitrage.
Yes, I'm going to get in early to hit up all my Rosses because I was there last week and I didn't go to one Ross, not one.
Sorry.
You're having too much fun with us.
So yeah, I mean, and that's what, if you're coming to Vegas, everybody's going to hit the thrift stores, and you should, and you shouldn't. If you come in, you shouldn't think that they're going to all be picked over because, I mean, you can all go shopping together and you're all going to pick up something different because we all have an eye for something different. So
yeah, that's what I love about this. I mean, I go shopping literally with like 4 different resellers, and we're all looking for different things.
Mm-hmm.
We help each other. It's like, oh, hey,
hey, you would like this. Yep, we do that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a you thing. You should take this.
I mean, in Vegas, we have 11 Goodwills. I don't even know how many Savers do we have. 4?
5 now.
We have 5 Savers.
2 Deserettes.
And how many?
She said 11. 2 Deserettes, like 3 or 4 Salvation Armies, plus all the independent stores. Yeah.
Plus the bins.
How much stuff we have here.
It's a lot.
So when you're coming to Vegas, you need to plan extra time to go shopping because why not?
Yes. So today was our bulk trash day. And so Carrie works for me and she goes, girl, can we go trash diving? Like, your neighbors put out some good stuff.
That's true.
There's even that here too.
Yep.
So I'm gonna share my screen here because I have pulled up. Let's see if I can make this work.
Yeah, so we had planned on doing this in 2020, like we said, and as everyone knows, that didn't work out. And so we had our first event was last year, 2021 in October. And it really was a huge success. And we're super excited to, now that the people that went last year kind of know what it's all about, we're excited to do it again and do it bigger and better.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I just like, I cannot wait. And it's going to be here. Like I was just talking how quick the first part of this year went. So what we got, July, August, September. We've only got like 3.5 months.
Mm-hmm. It's happening. It's happening. It's coming fast.
So that's why we're talking about it today, everybody, because tickets are going to go on sale July 1st. What day is that? So that's
Friday.
That's Friday. So tickets are going to go on sale this coming Friday. And you guys are kind of getting the heads up so that if you are interested in going to this, don't wait to get your ticket. I promise you, it's going to sell out.
It will sell out. We do have limited space. So that's something you need to know. It is not that we're holding back tickets and we're going to re-release a grouping of tickets at the end or anything like that. Tickets all go on sale, all available Friday at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. We're only selling 400 tickets total because we do have space limitations. And plus we want to keep it intimate. We want this to be like a boutique event.
Mm-hmm. And which goes back to what I was saying before about, the eBay events are so big and there's so many people.
Well, it's 3,000 people versus 400 people.
Yeah. So this event, you literally can meet everybody in the room at some point during the event and forge some new friendships and relationships. And
the networking is amazing. And that's really, the networking is amazing.
Absolutely. And also what I will say in talking about making sure you don't miss out, for all the people that came last year, which we had about 200 people last year, all of those people get to buy their tickets starting Wednesday morning. So they're getting a 48-hour head start. And so we would stress that, if this is an event that you really want to go to, you want to make sure you get on it on Friday.
We had about 250 attendees last year. Someone asked in the chat, how big was the event? We were hampered a little bit by COVID last year. A lot of people were still not ready to travel and not willing to travel to come to big events. We did have some COVID restrictions on the capacity and tickets we could sell. So for our first year, it was excellent. This year, it absolutely will sell out.
Well, I can't believe how many people, when it happened last year, right after the event, so many people were like, I never even heard about this. I want to go. I want to go.
Yeah.
So a lot of it has just been word of mouth because we have a small but loyal following. And I think that the word has spread, and I'm sure there's going to be people that come this year that are going to have no clue who we even are.
All of the questions that are being asked in the chat are going to be addressed as we're talking about the event. So don't worry. At first, everything is on the website that is linked in the chat multiple times, but also we're going to be talking about it all.
Yes. I'm going to pull it back up because I got asked the question, Danny, will you be there? So let's look at who's going to be there because there's some bigger names than me going to be there. I mean, I know you guys are here because it's my show, but this is what's truly exciting is. Oh, and I'm so thrilled to see that Dominique is going to be your MC again.
She knocked it out of the park last year.
You couldn't do it without her.
She's amazing. She's amazing. Look who's going to be there. We got Rally Roots, Ryan and Allie Roots. They've been on the show here. So you guys know about them. We've got Josh and Haley of Harry Tornado are going to be there. I don't know some of these people, but again, I can see like they have some very, very specialized niches. So I am excited to get to know them better.
Ken the Hustlebee is huge in the reselling community. He has a huge sneakerhead and a huge following. He's been doing it a long time, and he's a super sweet guy.
He's one of the really big sellers on Whatnot right now.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Trish is always amazing and entertaining. Now, isn't Trish going to be leading your next actual virtual meetup?
Yes, on Wednesday.
Yep.
On a different topic. She's actually going to be covering the topics she did last year. So it's
that only our remix people got to see.
Yeah. And that's
I'm looking forward to hearing it again. Because
we'll talk about it after we get through this because definitely it's something that people should hear about.
So we'll come back.
So Sunny in the chat said Hustlebee is a beast. He's usually with Glenn Hustler Hacks. Originally the panel was supposed to be with both of them.
Don't let the cat out of the bag.
No. Glenn was supposed to come, but he has some scheduling issues.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you got Casey, Rockstar Flipper. and Wade. Now Wade was there last year, but he wasn't a speaker last year.
No, he
right?
did. He did speak.
He was on a part of a panel last year.
Oh, that's right. Okay. And Wade does storage lockers.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to buy some cool stuff, I will tell you, this is no diss on Wade, but he doesn't really know glass. So if you want to go buy some cool glass,
he doesn't know a lot of products. That's very. It's not a diss. He knows that. He buys to flip, and he will flip his stuff to other resellers. Yeah, it's.
Oh, look. That chick's going to be there.
You know her.
Yes, I will be a speaker this year, you guys, and I'm super duper excited about it. Then we've got Jessica Oman, Storage Warrior.
Yeah, she's great.
She's from Canada. She was a key speaker for eBay Open Live last year, and she did a presentation, and she's excellent.
Yeah.
She's just coming in from Canada. We're importing them now.
And she's going to be speaking. She's going to do a whole presentation on leveling up and why was my mind going blank?
Expanding your business.
Oh, awesome.
What's the word for it? Why is my mind not working?
What?
No.
I don't know. Are we playing charades? What is happening?
Yes, apparently so.
Jason Deason. See, I don't know him either. So I'm like super excited. I'm going to make some new friends this year.
Jason is a YouTuber and is also a storage auction buyer, has his own brick and mortar thrift store, sells locally. And he's going to be teaching us with Wade about how to create your own reselling space.
Mm-hmm.
They each sell on things that are not the typical platforms, and they're going to teach you how to grow a following and make that happen for yourself.
He does a whole local Facebook auction himself that brings in a lot of money every month for him. The word I was looking for earlier was scaling up. I don't know why I couldn't think of the term scaling up.
Got Jesse and Austin Smith from yesterday's Fits.
Yeah, they're great. We love them. They're super inspirational.
Speaking of the streetwear and the sneakerheads and the $1,000 t-shirts, these are the kids that are fantastic at what they do and how they do it.
Yeah, Austin's going to be speaking with Ken, the Hustle Bee, on shoes and this whole shoe game and everything. And we don't have them on this list yet, but we're also going to have someone from eBay that's going to be up there.
Team.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fantastic. You've got a few people from Whatnot, which I think is going to be a very intriguing topic this year.
We got something really fun planned for that. We will.
That's one of the sessions I'm looking forward to most. It's not just a typical session about a platform. It's going to be really, really cool and interactive.
When are we going to tell people what we're doing with that? Because I think it's a really exciting session to talk about.
Nothing is boring at your event. Nothing is boring.
Maybe we should let the cat out of the bag, Theresa.
Because let's do it. Because we want to sell tickets. I think this is going to be a good.
All right. Here's what we're doing for the Whatnot session. We're really excited about it. So Rally Roots, Ryan and Allie. If any of you guys are on Whatnot, you might have seen some of their shows, and it's crazy what they're doing on Whatnot. And Jesse from yesterday's Fits is also doing really well on Whatnot. And so they're going to be doing a session with Jack from Whatnot. He's in the fashion vertical there. And they're going to be doing a session that's basically talking about Whatnot, how to get on Whatnot, how to create a live show on Whatnot. And for anyone out there who has no idea what I'm talking about, it's basically a platform where you live stream. You think QVC, think like you sign up and you can have your own little QVC home shopping club, home shopping network show. And so they're basically going to be going through all the basics. How do you create a show? How do you get people to come and participate? How do you do giveaways? All these kinds of things. And that's going to be the first half of the session. And then they're actually going to do a live Whatnot show from the stage. So everyone will be able to be on their phone. So not only are you going to hear about how to do it, you're going to see it happen live, and you'll be able to be on your phone and participate. And so anybody who isn't able to actually come in person, they can be a part of it too. And then everything that's made during that live sale is going to be donated to the Blind Center. So it's going to be a charity event. So it's going to be really, really fun.
I love that.
I love that the giving back to the Blind Center part of it. And the whole interaction, I think that the people at home can get involved with it. The fact that it's Rally Roots and yesterday's Fits and and Jack from Whatnot. Like it's just going to be amazing.
Yeah. And we'll talk more about the Blind Center before we're done too.
Yeah.
People may not, and I want to definitely give them a shout out too. Some other
And just
people that will
and
be
real
there-
quick, just so you guys know, you can see the picture there. Jack is a little bit of eye candy, so if that doesn't make you anything, I don't know.
You think?
He's very cute.
Let Theresa talk a little bit.
Two of my very favorite people in the whole wide world, Amanda and Clara from List Perfectly. If you've never had the opportunity to meet them in person or listen to an interview, like we did one on my show not too long ago, just these two people, when you get List Perfectly, you're not just getting an app or a piece of software. You're getting two resellers who created something. They created it for themselves and then decided to put it out there for the community as well. And they have had tremendous success, obviously, and have this product that is literally making resellers thousands and thousands of dollars more than before List Perfectly existed. And I can't say enough good things about these two ladies. And I am so thrilled that they're going to be there in person. So you guys can meet them too if you come to the
They
event.
are, once again, our primary sponsor. So they, I love these two women. I love the product. But, they continually give back to the community. That is part of their mission statement. And so they took a risk with us last year and were our primary sponsor. And they thought it was so successful that they're back again this year.
Yeah. And so exciting news I haven't even revealed yet is that I asked Clara to be on the board of the Niche Foundation, and she agreed. So Clara is actually going to be on the board of my nonprofit, which
that's awesome.
So thrilled with.
Again, they just give back to the community with, in 1,000 different ways. So I just love that about them.
I have a bird at my feet. Sorry. Okay, there you go. Then we have Chris and Julie Brown. Are you excited? Are you excited too? You can't go. I am not buying you a ticket. No.
I'm actually really excited about the session that Chris and Julie Brown are doing. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about what the deal is with them.
Yeah, so Chris and Julie are resellers and both have been selling for a long time, two different stores as well, and they are a married couple. But they just recently bought a 100-something-year-old Masonic lodge in Ohio, and they are converting that incredible building into a selling space, storage space, business space. It's eventually going to be their home. There's so many fun things they're doing, and basically their presentation is going to be like, I just bought a lodge. Now what? And they're going to take us on this journey through this beautiful building with all of the contents, mind you. They purchased it with all of the contents, and it's in beautiful antique and vintage condition inside. It's fascinating stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting because what we've realized putting together the sessions for this year is the theme that kind of runs through it is that this idea that in 2022, we have to completely rethink what it means to be a reseller, and we have to be able to adapt and try kind of crazy new things. And I think that Chris and Julie are a prime example of like, holy crap, you can do something like that. And it's like, maybe you're not going to go out and buy a 100-year-old lodge, but it might, seeing somebody speak about this kind of experience might make you look at things a little bit differently and look at solutions completely differently than you might have before.
I love it. I love inspiration from people who take big risks.
Yes.
Agree.
And then you talked a little bit about Wholesale before.
Yeah, Theresa, do you want to talk about these ladies?
So we have Kat and Emma. They are the co-founders of Wholesale, and Wholesale is turning out to be a fun little site for resellers for both buying and selling. But it's not limited to just resellers, and they're going to talk about their journey and what Wholesale is. And I am downsizing some of the stuff that I have, and I actually, so here's another claim to fame. I listed a lot of 450 ties. I'm done with ties. And mine was the first lot to sell on Wholesale.
That's awesome.
And it went live. So and I've got some other things. I did a lot of makeup, and I'm getting rid of all my DVDs, all my coffee mugs, and I just need to make the time to make it happen. But it's a great site. I look on there all the time to buy things. And I just think it's an awesome addition to our reselling space. And so I'm excited to have them. They're in Canada as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they are. I think they're based in Canada.
They are in Canada.
So yeah, so they're gonna be there, and I think it's fun and exciting to have them. They're very new to the space, and here they are showing up to tell us about what they have.
I love it.
Oh, and they're in the chat.
Oh,
hey.
awesome.
And they take very professional modelly photos.
I know. They
Right?
both look so beautiful. They're ready to walk a runway. Not
Cat is like, come and get me. I love it.
Now we've got Liz O'Kane will be there.
Yeah, she's actually going to be teaming up with Trish this year. They have a presentation that they're going to do together that I think is going to be really, really fun. And they're going to be talking about basically building a social media presence. I know a lot of us, you know, not that we're old, but we're in our 40s. Like the different social media platforms keep changing. And it went from like, okay, we'll just post a little update of what I'm doing today. And then it's like photographs. Now it's videos. Now it's reels. Now it's TikTok. And it all can be super overwhelming.
Yeah.
And we found that where kind of selling is going is kind of having more of a social element to it. And so they are going to be doing a presentation that's a very accessible kind of view of how you can try and navigate the system of making a reel, making a TikTok. And it doesn't have to, you know, we're not talking
You don't
about,
have to be 20 years old to do it and be successful at it. And you don't have to start out and have 1 million followers and say, well, this is useless unless I have 1 million followers. So we're here to have two middle-aged broads that are our friends.
That are funny
that
and
are
sassy.
Funny and sassy, exactly. That teach us how to create that presence in the social media world.
Yeah, what kind of hashtags do you use? How to pay attention to, like, I mean, I don't really know anything about TikTok, but I know that like there'll be certain songs that will trend. And then that's why you'll see like a lot of different people using the same songs. Cause it's like this, it's just like, I don't even get any of it, you guys. I need Trish and Liz to tell me what the heck is going on so that I can feel like I'm 25% relevant.
So Hudson Vintage, I think that anybody who is a reseller should attend. There are a lot of resellers that have very specialized niches that come to this event and go to reselling events. I think it's something beneficial for everyone. It does not necessarily depend on what you sell. We have people that are attending that sell only car parts.
Yeah.
I don't know spark plugs from a battery charger. So, and we will not be discussing car parts, but guess what? They get a lot of information from the event itself. It's about reselling, not about a specific type of product.
Yeah.
Oh, look who else is going to be there? Mikey Bags of Money. Mikey is the reason that I got my Instagram fired up. I will tell you.
Good.
It happened at your event.
Good.
You had a contest about social media, posting Instagram. So I was battling with Mike. I don't even know if he knows I was battling with him. But that's why
Mikey is coming back
with the Instagram at your event.
So someone had asked in the chat, you know, they want to hear from people that have attended before and how it's helped their business. And Mikey is the prime example of that. Mikey is going to be on a panel with Danny and Josh, Harry Tornado, talking about YouTube and about growing a YouTube presence and monetizing YouTube and how you can start from nothing and create content that is relevant, successful, gets views, gets followers, and makes money.
Yeah.
I think we need apparently to learn.
Apparently, we need to be following this panel closely. Because we've been doing it longer than all three of the people that are going to be on the panel, and less successfully by a long shot. So yeah.
Well, So I've had my YouTube channel for 11 years.
Yeah, that's true, but it was dormant for like 5. So
I didn't really do anything with it.
We definitely know some of the steps that are necessary, and we're just not willing to put the time that we need to into it because we're lazy.
So I'll give you another example. I don't think she's in the chat, but Kimberly, her last name is Kimberly Rose. She came to the Reseller Remix, and she didn't know anybody. She came in from Kansas, and something sparked a fire in her, and she went back, and a month later quit her job and is now a full-time reseller, and she is everywhere. You see, you're like, she is so fired up. She is, she's just loved, like whatever sparked something in her, she's now able to spend her days doing what she loves. And we all know if you've left a corporate job, it's a tough jump to take.
It is.
So whatever it was,
a lot of crying too. I think she was very dehydrated when she left Vegas, and not from drinking.
Yes. So I mean, there's those kind of stories as well. Like you just are fed, and you're with people. Like if you are thinking about leaving your corporate job, there's a whole room full of people that you can talk to that did the same thing and give you tips or tricks. Or if you don't want to leave your corporate job and you want to do this part-time, those people are there too. So
if you've never been to a reseller event like this, it's pretty much impossible to describe what it does to you. And it sounds like we're just hyping this and it's just a commercial, but I'm telling you, and we've been saying this for a long time, it's just, there's something about it that is super inspiring and super energizing. And if you go and you're open to learning and seeing things in a different way, you will 100% leave with something that makes you a better reseller. Yeah. And I saw some people asking about if there was going to be a virtual event. So last year we didn't have any virtual part to it. And this year we are adding a virtual ticket. Actually, there's 2 different virtual tickets. I will say we're not live. It's not a live streamed. We might be able to do that.
We don't have eBay money. Guys, live stream virtual events cost really a lot of money.
We're taking some baby steps.
Many thousands of dollars.
So this year we are going to have all of the sessions are going to be professionally filmed. And so we will have the pre-recorded videos. And so there's 2 different tiers of virtual tickets. There's just the basic one. And that one is going to give you access to all of those videos within about a week after the event, because they all have to be filmed and then put together and then made available. And so that's one ticket. And then there's the virtual plus ticket. And that's also going to give you access to the exclusive Facebook group that's just for this year's event. So if you get that ticket, you get to be in the Facebook group with all the people that are actually at the event. I will be doing some live streaming. I'm not gonna video live any full sessions, but I will do some live streaming from the event. So if you're in that group with that virtual plus ticket, you will be able to kind of participate in some of the stuff and kind of interact. And then you will also get, with the plus ticket, you'll get a small little swag bag that will be mailed to you.
So Gio has a question there. Would it help people who do it part-time? Yes, we do have a lot of part-time sellers. You don't have to be a 6-figure reseller like we are. You don't have to be that. We have a lot of people that are part-time sellers, hobby sellers, people that are just doing this to supplement retirement income, stay-at-home moms, whatever your umbrella fits under. This is a tax write-off event. It's a business event, and it's something that's going to help you grow your business. You don't even have to want to grow it to a huge level to learn how to work smarter, not harder.
Absolutely.
And I will tell you,
Mark going to be there this year?
Who?
Mark?
Yes.
So sorry, I just wanted to segue into, you guys have heard me talk about Not Your Dad's CPA, Mark II. He's going to be there. So you got questions about your write-offs?
Well,
he is going to be there.
Theresa, why don't you want to tell us what's going on with Mark II at our event?
Yeah. So last year, Mark did his presentation, and that was great. But we found that the sellers wanted to have one-on-one conversations with him and ask specific questions. And so what he's going to do this year is he's going to be in the sponsor room, and he'll be there, and you can have a one-on-one conversation with him, and he can answer very specific questions to the best of his ability with the information you give him there on the spot. And I think that's going to really fill a hole in the reseller community, because I'm a numbers person. I did my taxes for years and years on my own. And let me tell you, it's the biggest business mistake I made. And I encourage people, do not do that. And the biggest reason is because I was being very conservative with my deductions because I don't know. When you go to a professional,
way too much money.
When you go to a professional and they are up to date on everything, and this is new, and this, like, they marked my taxes, and I was blown away at how much better of a refund I got than when I was doing it myself. And a lot of it was because I was being way too conservative. So, so if that's your case and you're hesitant, not sure about the price, I think Mark is so fairly priced.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Oh.
Dare I say underpriced?
Yeah.
Did he see this?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Yeah.
want to say underpriced.
And I think the fact that he's going to be there for the whole event, available for people to talk to, I mean, that's a huge bonus and perk to be attending the event.
Let's face it, taxes are scary, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I don't care whether you are a small seller or a huge seller, you have one form of income or 75 streams of income. Taxes are scary. The IRS specifically scares the crap out of people. It does me. I know that's for sure. So having a tax professional that is also a reseller that specifically works with resellers' taxes to
He
ask
gets
questions and bounce things off of is kind of invaluable.
Down to the thing where for years I could never figure out year after year where I get this very specific report on Amazon. Mark knows immediately where it is because Mark's an Amazon seller and Mark does taxes for other Amazon sellers, and Mark knows where to go to get your eBay report. It's like all this stuff that would take hours to try to search through and find. Boom, right there. He's got the link handy for you.
And it doesn't matter what state you're in, he can help you.
Yeah.
So I saw a couple of questions in your chat asking about things like as far as the location and where to get hotel rooms and if there are discounted blocks and that type of thing.
Yeah, let's talk
All of
about
that stuff is available on the website, where we suggest that you stay, how close the event is to where you stay, all that type of thing. But what I wanted to say is as far as hotel blocks, we have contacted several hotels, and I'm going to tell you that the rates that you can find yourself are better than any hotel block is going to offer as far as a discount. The hotels that we booked hundreds of rooms with last year actually wanted to charge us $30 more for a hotel block rate than was available at their online pricing.
Yourself. And a lot of times when you do block rates like that, it's really more about setting aside a certain number of rooms to make sure that everybody that comes to your conference has a place to stay. But our event is going to be like 2 miles from downtown Fremont, downtown Las Vegas. And there are several hotels there. So it's not there's no reason to do that.
We have a list of suggested hotels, and whatever one that we have on that list and anyone around that, frankly, you're bound to find a better price just by looking at like hotels.com or going on certain apps online and doing searches than anything else. Yeah, than any block we could give you for sure.
And a lot of times they have discounts right on their website if you book directly with them.
Yeah, and again, Vegas is still working hard to bring back the tourist industry. So there's deals out there.
Yeah, there are some good deals.
Yeah. But yeah, so here again, go to the website under the frequently asked questions. I did want to take some time to talk about the event location, which is at the Blind Center of Nevada. And again, I will tell you from going last year and business is all about relationships, guys. And I was able to forge a relationship thanks to this event. And this sounds really horrible, but I can't remember his name.
Brian.
So Brian is going to also be working with the Niche Foundation to help supply computers, because that's one of the main things that the Blind Center does is they refurbish, recycle computers, computer parts, electronics. So the Blind Center is going to be working with the Niche Foundation as well.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, we know that's the thing. We know several people who have formed relationships with the Blind Center. I know Casey, Rockstar Flipper, has bought multiple pallets of stuff from the Blind Center.
And he's in Florida, and we're in Nevada, and he's still managed to make huge purchases and business connections. So yeah.
So I'm telling you, like, it's not even just about what is on stage. It's about the connections that you make, and lots of deals have gone down since our event last year.
Yeah, the Blind Center of Nevada is it's a beautiful nonprofit organization and facility. It's a beautiful facility. And we chose to have our event there and continue to choose to have our event there because the money goes back into that community and into that nonprofit, as opposed to just doing it at a hotel or a casino or a different type of conference center that are union based here. And there's nothing wrong with that, but they have plenty of money. Nonprofit organizations are always struggling to find money. And this facility does these events as a way to bring in revenue to put on the programs that they do for the blind and the visually impaired.
And with their electronic stuff, it's actually an eBay store that they have a huge eBay operation there. And so one of the things that we didn't do last year, but we are doing this year, is having set aside time when people can go and do tours of their whole operation because it's
nice.
crazy. It is crazy. And also just the venue itself, because they built that building not that long ago, like maybe 7 years ago.
Mhm.
They built that building specifically, not just for their business and their programs, but also as a venue to rent out to raise more revenue for the organization. And so it is a gorgeous facility. It is so awesome. And when I was talking about, we want this to be kind of a boutique event, that's really what it is. And the space is so perfect for it. And the staff there is amazing. We love it there.
And we do so much stuff too. I mean, you get more than just this conference for your ticket price. If you look at the website again, it'll tell you all the stuff that we do, what comes with your ticket price, and the virtual tickets options that are going to be available as well.
Can I just address Jane? I know forge a relationship and can't remember his name. Don't usually go together. I will tell you one of my super huge weaknesses is remembering names. Honestly, I ask my kids how often I call them the wrong name. Literally, I call Rachel Jordan.
I only have one kid, and I call her by the wrong name sometimes. I'm sorry. It's when you hit 40, that's what happens.
Is that when it happens? Oh, okay. It's an excuse there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over the hill. but yeah. So let's see. Kind of trying to get your chat questions in this last. Again, you guys, the website is a plethora of information. You guys have put together a great website.
Yeah. That's Katy. Honestly, she does the website for sure.
Well, and we will be adding a few more speakers. We have a few other people that will be trickling in. And then later on in the summer, I will be able to add like the actual detailed schedule that will have all the sessions and what days and stuff like that. But right now it's just kind of a list of topics and then our speakers with some information.
Well, yeah, we'll get a little bit more in depth about the topics themselves. That's just an overall overview. Yeah. You know, when you buy conference tickets for eBay or eBay Open, you're buying it sight unseen. You don't know who your speakers are, what your panels are, what the topics are. You're just buying and going, hey, I'm just going.
Yeah.
We wanted to be able to provide a little bit more to you than that, especially last year and then again this year, so that you have an idea of what you're getting for your money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the website, you guys, is resellerremix.com.
Yeah.
It's the Boss Reseller Remix.
So link has been in the chat several times. Just, Melissa, thank you. Thank you, Melissa.
It'll be in the description of this video. When I go back, I'm going to go edit in some links and all of that good stuff for you guys. I didn't want to give away everything we were talking about at first.
We organize this. Even though it's in October, I like to call it summer camp for resellers because it really does kind of feel like that because everyone's kind of staying in the same area in downtown Las Vegas and we're spending every day together. And like the Monday night, we have a meet and greet. And this year we're doing it at the Cat's Meow, which is this really, really cool place that's like it looks over Fremont. It's actually a karaoke bar, but we'll have
Danny's very happy to hear this. I know.
Right? But we'll have most of the place to ourselves that night, and so that'll be like the Monday night. Then Tuesday we have registration about noon, and then a couple of sessions in the afternoon, and then Tuesday night's kind of like a night off to do whatever you want, and then Wednesday we have stuff all day. And then Wednesday night, we call it the Fremont Crawl, where we basically all meet up and go out on Fremont Street together, which if you haven't been there, then it's going to be a whole new experience for you. It's super fun.
I'm ready for it this year.
I
putzed out last year and went home and got sleep.
Oh, it's so fun.
What do you need to sleep for?
Last year, Callie got kidnapped, and Ryan and Allie had to pay a ransom to get her back. And then Thursday, again, all day sessions. And then Thursday night, we have a huge closing party that's sponsored by List Perfectly. And it's super, super fun. It's catered. And
we have a band and a DJ and it's catered. And there's 2 bars, cash bars. Sorry, guys, we're not rich. We can't give you we can't do open bar for 400 resellers. We'd be in trouble. We'd be in bankruptcy court. But
yep.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I know. We're really excited. We're even more excited this year than last year. I'll tell you, I know that Katy and Theresa and myself looked out at the meet and greet last year on the Monday night, and we looked at the couple of hundred people that showed up just for the meet and greet. We went, okay, that was good. It's good. We did it. It's good enough. And that was before we'd even started the conference. And then, I'm a crier, so I cried several times throughout the event because it was, it exceeded my expectations. And I think now that we know what we're doing, it's going to be even better this year. I mean, last year we kind of threw it up against a wall, and don't get me wrong, it was not poorly put together, but we just kind of went, we think this is what'll go well. And you know, with the exception of we didn't have enough taco food trucks for lunch, I think that it went off without
that was it. That was the only glitch.
We do food trucks for the lunches, because if you've ever been to a conference and had to suffer through the box lunches that just are super
with the
mediocre.
apple, the bottle of water, the cookie in the plastic package. No.
So we have food trucks, and I can tell you, yes, we're going to have more food trucks this year. We already have a taco truck booked. We have a pizza truck. We've got the Blind Center loved our whole food truck thing so much last year. They bought their own food truck, and they're going to have a food truck there.
Oh, that's awesome.
We will have 2 taco trucks. We'll have 6 trucks total. And so there will be plenty of food for everyone.
Yeah. And someone asked, is there a limit on the virtual tickets? No, but you're going to get a special code for each virtual ticket you purchase. So you would probably, if you need more than one, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know why you would need more.
You wouldn't need more than one, but no, there's no limit on virtual. No.
It's just access to the videos. So they're not going to sell out.
Yeah. Even, you know, you give plenty of time for networking and breaks, you know, in between. And it was not like, so I'll just go back to the eBay events where it's like, oh shoot, I got to be in this room at 1:00. That's starting. I'm going to miss this session. There's none of that. It's literally like
everything is held in the same space. And so we're not running simultaneous sessions. You got to figure out which one you want to go to. They're all held in the same space.
And as far as the food and the snacks, like, so I posted it on my story because it literally came up after I talked to you guys. It came up, the Dr. Pepper. What?
Katie, Theresa has requested specifically Mountain Dew this year. So
well, and they had it last year, and so I said, I love that you have a Mountain Dew drinker, and I love that you had it. Please don't eliminate it this year. And she's like, do you want diet? And I'm like, oh no. If I'm going to do Mountain Dew, I'm going all in. Like, I don't need no diet.
Someone asked, is there a shuttle? No, there is not a shuttle. If you look at our ticket price for a 3-day event, I'm sorry, there is just no margin in there for us to provide a shuttle for you. But I will say that once you get to know people and meet, everybody's going to be leaving and coming and going at the same time. Yeah. Lots of people have cars, but there's also Uber and Lyft and an old-fashioned taxi if you want to, but people will share back and forth. And the event is only 2.5 miles away from where everyone is staying. So it's about $5 to $6 each way. And yeah, it's
very easy to get to and from. And you know, you don't even have to know anybody. And I tell this all the time for
that's how you get to know people.
Yeah, and prep for eBay Open and those kind of events is, you know, I get that people are a little uneasy to travel by themselves, to go to a place where they don't know anybody. I went to my first eBay on location event in June of 2012 in Denver, Colorado. I flew in there. I knew nobody. I stayed in the hotel by myself. I walked in the room and I never missed another one. And that's what you just have to trust the process. Trust us that have been there to know that if you walk into that meet and greet and you say, I don't know anybody, this is my first time here. Like I met somebody, talked to him. He didn't even know Katy, Vikki, or he saw something on Instagram that somebody else had shared. And he's like, oh, that sounds great. He showed up. And we sort of highlighted him because I was like, that's a great. And then everybody knew him and everybody. So that kind of stuff just happens. It happens organically. It happens just easily. And so if you're one of those people that don't want to travel because you don't know anyone, trust the process, get on a plane, get to the hotel. And that's the last time you'll be alone.
Yeah. For sure.
Absolutely. For sure. And you had several people that were in that boat where they weren't sure about coming, didn't really know anybody in their reselling community. And they left feeling like they had tons of friends to go home with.
Yeah, and we make it a point to make sure that we connect people that are first timers, have never been to an event, might be traveling by themselves, might be nervous. That's part of the reason why we do the meet and greet the night before. So before you walk into a conference where you feel like everybody already knows everybody, you get to go and meet up with people in advance and in a casual environment and move forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so for the people that are saying, is this going to be valuable if I am a part-time reseller? One of the most valuable things when I was when I went to the first event, I was a part-time seller. I had a full-time 9-to-5 job, and it totally changed my world because up to then I'd been selling for about 15 years. And I was the only person that I knew that sold on eBay. And it was very lonely. And by going to one event where I didn't know anybody, there was two things that happened. I met people that I became friends with, and the Facebook groups helped that a lot. But I had dinner, and there was a husband and wife team there. And I mean, up until this point, I had 400 to 600 listings, and I was happy with my $800 to $1,000 a month. That was my play money with my 9-to-5 job. And these sellers were talking about they were making 30 grand a month selling military supply, military supply, like the surplus, not supply, surplus. And I was like, oh my gosh. And like the light bulb went off. And then eventually, I worked towards getting out of the 9-to-5 grind and doing this. So you can be a part-timer and take away enough stuff to make it worth your while, even if the ultimate goal is for you not to leave your full-time job.
Yeah. So again, real quick, the tickets are going to be going on sale on Friday, July 1st at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So noon if you're on the East Coast. But if you want a little taste of what you could potentially be looking forward to, Theresa, do you want to tell us about what's happening on Wednesday? Because all I know is that we have a little bit, I think we forgot to tell you, Danny, we have somebody coming over, somebody that she's going to be training to be.
I have a new employee coming in about 3 minutes.
It doesn't happen at any time, but I really want to make sure that
before the dogs go crazy,
that Theresa gets to talk about Wednesday, our boss virtual
meeting.
Yeah. So on Wednesday, it's sort of a way to keep this community together in between Reseller Remix, and we have the boss Facebook group. Is we created a boss virtual meetup. And a lot of that is because last year when we were doing everything virtually and I was doing meetup stuff with eBay and I would be in a community room, so many people were saying, I don't have a local meetup group. And so I always had this idea to do this. And then when boss came and we had this reseller, I like, this would be a great way to bring in a lot of people. And so we do have and we'll have Danny link the link, but it's through eBay seller events. And it's the boss virtual meetup. We meet once a month, and every meeting is virtual. And we have somewhere between 80 and 100 people there. We have eBay guests, or eBay employees. Come on, last month's was fabulous. All about
it was seriously so good last month. I learned how to share my listings to my Instagram stories. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so Jane happens to live in Canada and asked a question, how much of this would be applicable? Enough so that 3 of our presenters, maybe 4, are from Canada.
And we have multiple people coming
and we have at least 6 or 7 attendees that are Canadian resellers that are making the trip to come to the event.
Yeah. So,
Canada and the US are not very different as far as the selling, at least on eBay and Etsy, the platforms are the same. So that type of stuff is going to be very applicable. I don't see that there's that much of a difference. List Perfectly, you cannot access in Canada yet, but that's about the only, and a couple of the sites. I think Poshmark is now Canadian as well. So, I think you'll get just as much information.
Yeah. But yeah, so Trish, who is going to be presenting this year with Liz on social media stuff, she did at last year's Boss Reseller Remix. Her presentation was all about hiring your first employee. So really like how to kind of take that leap to grow your business. And so she's going to be talking about that on Wednesday, right, Theresa?
Yeah. And we're bringing her on because the feedback we received after the conference, a lot of positive feedback about hers, more questions. And so we just wanted to have a chance to bring her back. And if you had questions and you're thinking about taking the leap to hire help, then you have a chance to have a one-on-one with her.
Yeah. So if you're not sure if you want to go to the Boss Reseller Remix, definitely sign up for this virtual meetup. And the link is in the chat. And I'm sure it's going to be in the description of the video later. Come to that because you're going to kind of get a taste of it and see what, some of the possibilities are. And that might help you make your decision for Friday morning when those tickets go on sale.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, I know it sounds like, I'm just like, yeah, I want you to buy a ticket. It's not because I don't get anything from you guys buying a ticket. So, but what I want you to get, what we all want you to get is success in this business that you're running and trying to grow. And as times are going to get tougher out there economically, you want to empower yourself with information and a community that's there to support you and keep you positive and keep us all like, you know, me and my Dory just keep swimming.
Yeah.
We got to keep swimming. And you do that by having people around you and people that you're connected with that can keep pushing you through the times that are not so fun to keep swimming. And this event just really epitomizes that and brings the positive side of this community together, because there's a not so positive side.
Sure.
But it's like, it's just that good, you guys. And I don't want you, I wanted to get in here and get my community to hear this information so that you are ready to push that button Friday morning and get your ticket. Come out and see me. I mean, you keep talking about not knowing anybody there if you don't, but you know me. You guys come on my lives sometimes twice a week. You know me. I'm approachable. If nothing else, and you feel awkward, just come up and say hi to me. And
we tell people all the time. There was someone in the chat that said this, and we've had people come up to us and say, you know, I feel like I already know you ladies, but you don't know me. Well, you do know me. You do know me. You do know Katy. You know Danny. If you've watched Theresa and followed her, you know her. What you see is what you get. We might not know you yet, but that's just yet.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. We love that this worked really well for us last year, having a private Facebook group just for this year's attendees, because what happens is you buy a ticket on Friday, you get put into this Facebook group. You're in that Facebook group with, you know, not everybody has Facebook. So like, you know, the majority of the people that will be going in October will be in this Facebook group. You have 100 days to interact with each other, get to know each other, have conversations. Where are you staying? Here's where I'm staying. This is what I'm going to be doing. And then by the time October comes around, you already kind of know some of the people, you know, some of the names, you know, some of the faces.
You've got a plan. You're like, oh, I'm coming in on this flight and I'm going to be, you know, getting to the hotel at this time. Let's meet up for a drink in the lobby, whatever. You figure out, you know, all these people, and, you know, you can share pictures and, oh, this is what I look like. This is what I'm going to be wearing. Look at what I'm wearing today on the plane. You know, all of that happened last year. And,
and so many people became great friends, and we saw them hanging out with each other afterwards, like months later, like a post about, hey, we met up here in this state.
We went sourcing together.
It's really fun to see those friendships be created. Like all of us know each other because of reseller events. You know, Vicky and I are friends and business partners with Theresa because of reseller events. Like this is so much has come from us just being a part of this community. In friendship and in business. It's just
Katy
crazy.
and I met at eBay Open. We are, you know, we are going to be married later this year, and we met at eBay Open, and that would not have happened without a reseller event.
Right. So if you're looking for a love connection, you never know what could happen in October. You could meet the love of your life.
Well,
you'll never know.
We did have a love connection happen at last year's reseller.
Yeah, there was a wedding.
They are still dating.
Yeah, so it did happen. And we had another couple who got married like the day before it started. And so we got to the final party. We almost treated it kind of like a little reception.
They had their little wedding reception was our party.
It was fantastic. So yes, we do have a proven track record of making love connections. So
it's true. You never
single
know.
And a little lonely, I mean, we might be able to hook you up.
Yeah, and I'll just tell you too. I know for a fact she wasn't. She's not over in the chat because she's like, I forget where she said she was going, but she is off the grid, no cell phone. It's Tiffany of Thrifting Vegas will be there,
of course.
And you know, I'm bringing Carrie.
She told me she's going to be buying a ticket too.
I'm thinking like Carrie and Callie are going to get together, and
it's
going to be out of control.
That's going to be something. And those that don't know, if you watch Rally Roots, Callie is like their what would you call her? She's like their
employee. She's their mascot. She's their cheerleader. She's their I don't know. She's their
right-hand man.
And I would say that Carrie is my Callie. You know, they're like, so it's going to be super fun, you guys. It's going to be super fun. Thank you guys for coming on. I'm gonna flash the website up here one more time for everybody. Oops. I'm going to flash the website up here one more time for everybody. It is the Boss Reseller Remix happening October 10th through 13th, 2022.
And the link to the ticket site is down at the bottom. If you scroll down, you can show.
Oh, is it?
People.
Right there. There you go, guys.
You can click on it and show what it looks like, but it won't be. You won't be able to buy a ticket until Friday morning.
So yeah, just to let you guys know, don't you love the countdown? I mean, so
I like it.
we didn't talk about the ticket price, but the ticket price was right there. So all of this you get, it's $345 for a 3-day event. If
4-day,
if you count the meet and greet on Monday night. If you think about if you've ever been to a conference, a business conference, an eBay conference, any type of conference, it is still the cheapest ticket out there that you've ever purchased for anything like that. I used to be a mortgage broker. That was my first world job, right? I did that for 15 years. I went to umpteen mortgage and selling conferences and Tony Robbins and motivational speakers and all that kind of crap. And I've never paid for less than $1,000 for a 1-day conference. Never mind.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be
did we
really,
mention
really
it's a write-off?
Yes, it is a write-off, guys. It is a write-off. So.
Every penny of it is a write-off because you're coming out and something related to
and
your
we can almost guarantee that you will learn something that you will take away that will make your business run faster, smoother, easier, more profitable. You will learn something to make your business better. In a dozen different ways. And so, we
give away tons of prizes too, guys.
Last year, gosh.
Like,
the prizes are off
what's Liz perfectly giving us prizes?
3.
I don't know for sure, but last year they had 3 laptops.
Same thing this year.
Yeah, but I think they're doing
3 laptops and something else.
But I think they're doing like a Mac,
Mac Pro, and then two smaller laptops.
Yeah,
like Chromebooks
just
or something.
Perfectly don't play around.
Yeah, so that's just them, okay? And talk about Vegas odds. When we're talking about 400 people and the amount of crazy prizes, like that's way better than playing a slot machine.
That's true.
So so like 3 laptops. I don't know what, basically all of our vendors contribute prizes. That's kind of like required if they want to be sponsors of our event. And so, so they come up with some pretty cool stuff.
Kristen says it's cheaper than summer camp for the kids. This is adult summer camp in the fall.
Sunny, you can play slots too.
That's no joke. I just paid $2,500 for my daughter to go to a 4-day teen girl getaway.
Holy. There you go, Sunny. Sunny's in need of a new computer, so he's going to go ahead and win
there you go.
laptop.
That's worth the price of your ticket right there.
Yeah, if you don't go, you can't win.
I know you guys got to get going, and I'm past my hour, but this was absolutely so fun hanging out with you guys, talking about. It got me so excited.
Thank you for having us, my friend.
It will not be blazing hot still in mid-October. It is going to be beautiful weather.
October in Vegas is amazing because
it is one of the best times of year. You can still wear shorts, but you're not going to roast.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to say, Danny, thank you so much for supporting us. And you were a huge support for us last year when we'd never done this before. And I also want to say congratulations, because I happened to notice that you just passed your 70,000 subs on YouTube here, and that is crazy awesome and impressive. So very,
I know
very
you
cool.
will have your meetup group, and you will be over 100,000 by October for sure.
It was your meetup group, January 2020.
I remember,
where you had everybody set goals, and my goal that year was to reach 10,000.
That's awesome.
And so you guys got me rolling, really pushing on that. And so thank you. Because my goal is 100K by my birthday, which is December.
Cool.
All right.
You can do it. We believe it.
You can do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who hung out with us today. Of course, you guys know this will not be the last time I will be talking about this. I'm going to try to bring on some of the speakers that will be there, so you can hear from them here on my show as well. And for my viewers, just you want to keep coming back, because I am going to have some surprises for you.
Awesome.
Katy and Vikki don't even know what I'm doing yet, but
I got
lined up.
Awesome. Right. Stay tuned.
I got to go get my new employee at the door, hopefully.
Oh, yay! Well, with that, everyone, go be profitable. And do you guys know it? Do you know it? No. They don't know it.
No, we're terrible.
Make it fun.
Oh, make it fun. Yeah, do that.
That's a good one.
All right, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, sorry. It's here somewhere. There it is.
Thanks, Danny.
Awesome.
We're still live for just a moment as I rock them out.